Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Oh. How are y'all today?
We're good.
Can anyone hear okay? The judges, can y'all hear okay?
Yes.
Okay. Great. We're having a few technical difficulties, so just bear with us one moment, please, and we'll figure it out.
And you want to face this the other way? Or do you want them to stay there? Okay. It's because the cord is so short.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you guys say something so we can test our volume?
My name's Karina. My partner is Emily and Minnie.
All right. We still can't. Our volume's still not working, but hold on.
Can you hear us now?
Well, that's a little bit louder, yeah, but I think we can get it through the TV is what we're hoping to be able to accomplish, not just through the computer.
I'll get close.
You see that black coming out toward you, Yeah, this maybe we can do sound. Okay, let's try that. Say something.
My name's Karina. My partner is Emily Mania.
That was the mic, and then this is the. There's another headset. You want to do headset? Okay, audio out. Okay. Nope. Oh, I hear something. Say something, gals.
My name's Karina. My partners are Emily and Mania.
We've solved it.
We've solved it. We'll need you guys to speak really loudly and clearly because I think you're far from the mic there. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Great.
Okay. Sorry for all that, gals. We're excited to hear your presentation. My name's Emily Einstein. I'm the Director of Public Engagement for the Institute. Our other judges, do you guys want to introduce yourselves as well?
Sure. I'm Chuck Courtney. I'm the Associate Director for the Institute.
And I'm Melissa Hipsch. I'm the Operations and Program Fulfillment person.
Great. So when you're ready for us to change slides, do they need to tell us next slide? Or
I think it's through the website.
Oh, okay.
Themselves.
Great. Cool. Well, we are ready whenever you guys are.
Right. So we did the Del Valle Cultural Differences experiment. The problem was cultural differences. Can two different groups of students watch the same TV show halfway across the world and come up with the same ideas?
We just watched the drama called Descendants of the Sun. Descendants of the Sun K-drama for the world.
It ran from February to April in 2016.
Oh, these are the statistics. This was one of the largest K-dramas. Not only did it break records in Korea, but it also broke records international-wise.
This drama was nominated in 2016 for the Best Drama, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Scriptwriter, Most Popular Actor, and Most Popular Actress.
Ever since Song Joong-ki came back from his military sentence in last May, everyone was questioning when he returned to acting. It wasn't until January of this year that we found out that our beloved actor Song Joong-ki would be the main lead in a new drama called Descendants of the Sun. The drama was a hit, getting it 3 extra episodes on top of the 16 that it had to begin with. This drama had everyone on the edge of their seats, and not only did it break the record for most watched drama, beating another drama called My Love from Another Star, but people from around the world loved this drama and its characters and the actors that portrayed them.
Oh, the main actress Song Hye-kyo. Song Hye-kyo plays the character Kang Mo-yeon. Mo-yeon is a doctor at Haesung Hospital, and the lead actor Song Joong-ki, which Song Joong-ki plays, is the character Yu Shin-jin. Oh, he plays a captain of a special group called Alpha, in charge of taking odd jobs outside of the Korean military force in other foreign countries, helping them with disaster issues.
Kim Ji-won. Kim Ji-won plays the character of the army doctor named Yoon Young-ju, and Yoon Young-ju is also the daughter of the military commander. And then she is also in a secret relationship with Jin-gu, who plays the character Sergeant Major Dae-young.
Lee Jin-ki, aka Oh Nu, plays the youngest doctor, who is alongside with Dr. Kang, and he is from SHINee.
Learning other cultures through music, shows, and social media. The power of the internet has made a major impact for international fans of things related to other cultures that they do not know a lot about.
Descendants of the Sun buoys Korean economy. Although Korea has been rolling out stimulus measures in the recent months to boost sluggish exports and tourism, not many have had an immediate and strong of an impact as Korean dramas. The current sweeping popularity of the drama series Descendants of the Sun has become an unexpected blue chip for the nation's slowing economy. Market observers say that the 16-episode series would generate more than 3 trillion won, $261 million in the U.S., worth of economic effects for the nation that heavily relies on exports for growth.
The highest TV ratings in Korea and China in 2016. In Korea, it was the number one show, pulling down over 40% market share. In China, the show has been viewed more than 440 million times cumulatively through streaming website iQIYI. The Chinese government has even issued warnings about the dangers of the Korean drama. Watching it too much could lead to legal troubles, the authorities said in a statement posted on Chinese microblogging portal Weibo.
Product placements. Hyundai Motor, Korea's largest automaker, expects the drama to generate 110 billion won worth of advertising effects and also to help the company raise its market profile in China. It is one of the South Korean manufacturers that invested in the drama in exchange for exposure of their products. We signed a product placement contract with the drama producers as part of our marketing strategy to improve Hyundai's market profile in China, as the drama had Hallyu stars Song Hye-kyo and Song Joong-ki as leading actors and was to be exported to China upon its release, said Byung-uk, and a manager in Hyundai Motor.
China is a major export destination for Hyundai, but the automaker, which currently ranks fourth there with around 10% of market share, has been seeking ways to expand its market presence as well as its reputation. We export a lot to China, but we need to lift our reputation in the market to compete with other foreign car makers like Audi and BMW, said. Sales of Tuscan, a sport utility vehicle that actor Song Joong-ki uses in the drama series, has already risen 10% in the local market.
Cosmetics firm Amore Pacific, which runs the Korean brand Laneige, is also benefiting from all the buzz surrounding Descendants of the Sun. The number of the so-called Dong Hye Kyo lipstick search on the internet surged 11 times after the drama started to air. The company said in an email statement, "The lipstick, Lange's two-tone lip bar, has become a bestseller in March and sold out in some stores." According to 11th Street, a Korean online retailer that runs a Chinese language site, sales of the Korean cosmetics brand Laneige Blemish Compact BB Foundation Cushion surged tenfold between March 14th and March 20th.
The drama has been exported to 27 countries so far, but the number is set to grow, the company said. China and Japan have broadcasting rights to the drama series for $250,000 and $100,000 per episode, respectively. The show will be aired in an additional 25 countries, including the US, England, France, Italy, Germany, Russia, Saudi Arabia, it added.
Oh, well, the show surrounds well, the story revolves around Dr. Kang and Captain Shijin, who is in a very odd military job, which often calls him to leave at uncertain times. At first, they start meeting and dating, but his job calls him off, and they always have to break up their engagements and stuff, leading Dr. Kang to break up with him. But later on, they meet up. Dr. Kang is sent to a foreign country called Urk, which they meet again as she's going to be volunteering as a military doctor.
Also, along with them, the relationship between Lieutenant Xiao and Dr. Myung Ju, they also, because of their relationship and how Lieutenant Xiao is a lower rank than Myung Ju, her father does not like their relationship because he is a lower rank than his daughter. Therefore, they always have problems with their relationship, and which causes a whole bunch of drama within that.
Okay, you guys have about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Findings. Korean dramas are widely popular in the U.S. nowadays, and students all around have a universal interest into them.
Do y'all have any questions?
How would you define your issue? How would you define your community issue that you're hoping to solve?
We want to solve cultural differences.
Great, thank you. And what is the solution that you're proposing?
Access to other cultural from all around the world.
Great, thank you. That's very clear. Appreciate that. And what are some of the actionable and realistic opportunities for your solution?
We having video conference with Korea.
Great. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Can you talk to us a little bit about the research that you did?
Me and Yatsmania both watched the whole series of the drama ourselves. And then we also discussed the drama with people from Korea as well.
And where did you get all of the information and data that you included in the PowerPoint presentation?
Oh, we found it in some newspapers.
Okay. All right, thanks so much, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, are we gonna hear a next group?
It should be the same.
Yeah, we got
Website.
the next group here, and the next group will be about virtual Virgin Islands. Let me just sit down and get theirs done for them. Okay, just a second. We'll be right there.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
Right, yes or no? Chuck, do you remember what the question is? Chuck,
Can you hear us?
it says.
Yes, we're here. A moment, please.
Just write yes or no.
All right, judges ready?
Yes, we're ready. Thanks so much.
Whenever y'all are ready to go.
Hi, my name is Cecilia.
Jessica?
And I'm Brisa. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to be talking about the Virgin Islands and their citizenship without rights.
Great.
This is a project with the Virgin Islands Bar Association, Virgin Islands Supreme Court, and Del Valley High School. Our problem here is that how does the United States treat citizens that live in the U.S. territories? Our group wanted to find out for ourselves what is exactly going on in the U.S. territories. We wanted to find out this year, does the U.S. Constitution grant all people's rights, and do all U.S. citizens have equal rights? So we joined with the Virgin Islands Bar Association. We joined their Moot court competitions. This is the map of the United States, which areas actually have rights. The Virgin Islands are a part of the United States. Many people live and love these islands. They are 3 large islands located just east of Puerto Rico, brought from Denmark almost 100 years ago. Officially, U.S. citizens but cannot vote. Makes sense out of nonsense.
Yesterday marked the 50th anniversary of the first Selma March, one of the pivotal moments which led to the Voting Rights Act. But voting rights in this country, much like John Travolta's hair, are still very much a work in progress. There are the obvious obstacles for many Americans, such as increasingly restrictive voter ID laws, but there's also the less obvious ones, as Congress was reminded just this week.
As we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the March on Selma this week, and the subsequent passage of the Voting Rights Act, I want to once again call to the attention of my colleagues here in Congress that there are still American citizens today who do not have equal voting rights. These are citizens of America.
Puerto Rico and the Four-Taker Act. Many Puerto Ricans wanted either independence or statehood. Congress passed from the Four-Taker Act in 1900. In 1917, Congress granted citizenship to Puerto Ricans. Cuba and the Plant Act Amendment. In 1900s, the Cuban government wrote a constitution, but it did not specify the relationship between Cuba and the U.S. This made Cuba a U.S. protectorate. In 1917, the United States bought the Virgin Islands for coaling and refueling stations for the merchants and warships. This is what is the promise you make when you become a United States citizen? You give up loyalty to other countries, defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, and you have to be loyal to the United States. There are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy. They can vote, join a political party, help with the campaign, join a civic group. This year, Virgin Islands Moot court issues. One over a U.S. Virgin Islanders complaint urging the application of the fundamental right to marry to citizens
of the United States, U.S. Virgin Islands is a non-justiciable political question, and 2, whether Virgin Islanders are entitled to the adaptation of same-sex marriage as a fundamental right through the application of due process and equal protection clauses of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. The Real Problem, Jones versus Bidwell, 1901. This ruling allows for second-class people. The facts of this case was that the U.S. was expanding and gaining territories, but regarding to certain territories such as Puerto Rico and the Philippines, the government did not assume these territories would be treated as other territories were treated. Downs imported oranges from Puerto Rico and sued the New York collector of duties for imposing higher duties on these oranges. Downs argued that Puerto Rico was part of the U.S., so higher duties violated Article 1 and 8. All duties imposed and excises shall be informed throughout the United States. The issue was that does Puerto Rico qualify as a territory? Does Article 1 and 8 apply? The holding was that Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States, but is not covered under the review of clauses of the Constitution, and the power of the Congress limited over states, not territories. Still in effect today. The current law today is that Virgin Islands of the United States come within the definition of United States given Section 101. A person born there now acquires U.S. citizenship in the same as one born in any of the 50 states. This said that all people born in the Virgin Islands of the United States on or after January 1917, prior to February 25th, 1927, and subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, are declared to be citizens of the United States. All the people born in those islands on or after February 25th, 1927, and the subject to jurisdiction of the United States are declared to be citizens of the United States at birth. The status acquired by birth in the islands are exenation, but before February 25th, 1927. The status acquired by birth outside the islands to former Danish residents or natives to the islands. Downs versus Bidwell, 182, still impacts rulings today. Appeals court, birthright, now fundamental right for citizenship in territories. Trouble coming. On June 5th, a 3-judge federal appeal court for the Washington, D.C. Circuit ruled that people born in the U.S. territories of America, Samoa, have no claim to U.S. birthright citizenships under the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Federal statuses currently classify Americans, Samoas, as non-citizenship nationals of the United States, in contrast to the USPI, where residents are U.S. citizens by statute, not necessarily by birthright.
Y'all have 3 minutes left.
According to Weir, the court's ruling in Tauna versus United States was that the first federal appeals court decision to hold the citizens by birth of U.S. and soil is not fundamental right to U.S. territories. Do you guys have any questions? Oh, sorry. What role are we playing in society today when, as a leader of the free world, we are asking our neighbors to do something that we are unwilling to do? The solution is that things must change. More students in the U.S. should learn about this plight. More students should participate in Moot court. Rights only work when you know about them. Learning about history is important, and students can make a big difference. All U.S. citizens should have the same rights. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I have a couple. How did you come up with the issue? Why did you choose the Virgin Islands and not some territory like Puerto Rico that has a long history of trying to have elections and trying to become a part of the United States?
Right. Well, what happened was that we were invited to a competition in the Virgin Islands, which was the Moot competition. And this year's issue was seen in one of the slides as whether or not Virgin Islanders have the right to marry. And of course, the question there was asked to follow up on the law basically for the Virgin Islanders and for the US, considering that they follow our Constitution because of the Organic Act. So following the issues that were to answer, we basically went deep into research to win our side of the case. Now, of course, since it's moot court, we had to learn both sides. But as we went to the petitioner side, we uncovered a whole different story as to what is really going on.
And your solution was to make more students aware
Right.
of the, how would you do that?
Well, since we this is we have a class,
we have world-class high schools where we have about 1,000 schools that joined our program. And what we're trying to do is just make it available for the students to actually participate in moot courts and have an opportunity to get involved.
And, yeah, basically converse about the situations and what they find interesting as we go. And now there's no, I mean, considering what we found this year, the rights are not the same for all U.S. citizens, and it was a pretty big issue. A lot of other schools were very interested in join, as they found interesting how the government is basically tearing up the Constitution, taking parts of the Constitution that they feel are going to support what they feel is better to the interpretation of the law than what is actually written in the Constitution. Does that answer your question, Your Honor?
Yeah, it sure does.
Well, and I'd like to build on it. I mean, after what does bringing more awareness to students, how can that affect the policy? Because it seems like the solution that you're seeking is for a policy change.
Well, considering that in school we are taught about, of course, history. History focuses on things that have happened in the past. And I think that what we are trying to do is focus on what can happen, what can we do as students, because sooner or later we're going to be out there in society, and we want to make changes that not only are going to be for our benefit, but for the future generations. So we want to make everyone aware of what's really going on, to take full advantage of the rights that were actually given to us when the Constitution was written.
Great. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Great. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
One more.
Right, good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
So the problem is frankly not a new one. Our secondary education system here in the U.S. used to be second to none in the world. Today, it ranks almost to the level of third world country. What is the matter? What can be done? And what more can we test? My life changed on February 16, 2016. That was the day renowned international educator Lisa Stalteri, surrounded by her loved ones, passed away. For almost 7 years, she devoted her time and effort to improving educational opportunities for people all over the world. Now in her honor, we are to change the classroom into a courtroom. In the age of rapidly developing technology, it only makes sense to build a world-class high school. You must be able to bring the world to your school. Our project does exactly that. We have partnered with bar associations, NGOs, and high schools around the world to bring a year-long legal experience to students who live anywhere on this planet. We have worked with the U.S. Army JAG Corp, Texas YNG, YMCA USA, South Australian Magistrate Courts, and OGEN to bring to any school a coordinated series of contests that allow competitions in the classroom all throughout the school year. Here's a sample of what we have done and learned this year. Del Valle High School aims to change the world in legal education. Our problem is, how can we as students make a difference in our education? Changing the face of legal education around the world today. Our solution: Lisa Stalteri International Moot Court Challenge Program, International Legal Education. We're developing a program for 1,000 high schools around the world. Our efforts are dedicated to a true pioneer in legal education, Lisa Stalteri. We modeled our program after a program that Lisa had participated in previously, and we took a program, made it better, different, and stronger. In 2009, we had the first international YMCA competition featuring Lisa Stalteri. The clip of the 2009 Fox 7 News story of when they did an international court.
High school students putting their debate skills to the test, and they're competing with other students half a world away.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Nancy Gallardo. I represent Thomas Hudson and my friend.
It's called International Mock Trial, and Del Valle Schools is the first public school in Texas to compete. A video.
So this is from the Peel School Board, the National DALI, in going back to 2009.
And you did not do anything to protect your son?
When she abused him, I didn't on the spot.
So 7 years later, look at our program. We began with the Moot Court, Peel School Board in 2016, Del Valle 2016, Brissa and Cecilia. This is just last month when we participated.
Atmosphere, which the cause program students confess to a crime about one, treating his rights, and two, giving him the ability to have legal representation. RJM respectfully asks this court to reverse the lower court's decision, where the Supreme Court should reverse the decision and hold out one officer for.
In 2016, this year we participated in the U.S. Army Law Day competition. Our solution is that we propose more this year from 2016 to 2017. Some sponsors in schools, we have over 1,000, we have about 1,000 schools, but some of the schools are Del Valle High School, Findon High School in Findon, South Australia, Central Peel Secondary School in Canada, Haesung International Convention High School, Affiliated High School of Chung Sing University in Taiwan, and Charlotte Amalie High School from the Virgin Islands. Some organizations is Texas Youth and Government YMCA, YMC Nationals, which is in Chicago, Virgin Islands Bar Association, Region 13 Distance Learning, Department for Education and Child Development, Adelaide Magistrates Court, Ontario Justice Education Network, and Zoom video conferencing. So changing life matters. So we have improvements in students such as speaking skills, confidence, ability to argue, knowledge and ability, and being able to just use the knowledge. It also involves meeting new friends all over the world. It also allows for increasing dialogue and see firsthand how other people actually think. International law we have done and studied is Canadian law, USA law, USA appeals law, Virgin Islands territory law, and South Australian law. And fall semester of 2016, in November, we had the Texas, we're gonna have the Texas YMCA Youth and Government Appeals Court. In December, the OGEN Ontario Bell hearings. In January, the Texas State YMCA Youth and Government Appeals Court pilot showcase rounds. For spring semester of 2017, in February, we will have the South Australian mock trials. In March, OGEN Ontario Moot Court Challenge. In April, we're going to have the U.S. Army Law Day competition. In May, the U.S. Virgin Islands Moot Court competition. In July and August is the Nationals YMCA NJC Appeals Court. We began by making Facebook pages, and there you were able to choose whether you're interested, if you're going, and you can also send invitations. Now this was for the South Australian mock trials. This one was for virtual Virgin Islands Moot Court, the YMCA Appeals Court competition, International Criminal Court competition, Ontario Bell hearing, U.S. Army Law Day competition. And we sent these out to over 1,000 high schools all over the world, which are involved in world-class high schools. And in memory of great leader, let's turn our classrooms into courtrooms.
Now for our solution.
So a few things that we've learned is just our rights, how the law works, and just the way that Moot courts actually work. Thank you.
When it comes to our solution, we solve the great issue pertaining to our society today. Now we solve for learning. Notice that I use the word learning and not education. Education is the process that helps us reach learning. Learning is what we do for ourselves. And what have we learned? That technology is the key to ensure the learning in our community and improve our society. For the past 50 years, American secondary schools have been at a state of decline. Test scores, functional abilities, and cognitive reasoning scores have all been in decline. We've been applying the ARP approach to education. Now, ARP may be fine for the greatest generation and the baby boom generation, but this approach is simply killing our schools today. Reason being as to why we should bring in technology for its innovation is what it cites. Now, foreign affairs and policy have always been of interest, learning about the world on the outside of our great nation. But with technology, we're able to communicate and come with students my age from countries all over the world. Now, our solution is a program in which students can learn from students all over the world about problems that are happening now and the future ones, not the ones that took place in the past. We learned that people from all over the world share much more in common than things that are taught to separate us. Now, we connected with schools in 30 countries and talked about energy issues with Slovenia, education issues with Iran, debated immigration policy with Canada, and did moot courts with the future leaders. We called for something radically different. Now, we didn't wait, instead we led. We showed others that civic participation can be done on the global level, and the world will be much better. Talking and working with others in real time is what we need to advocate for students who are truly engaged. We need to look to the world around us, real life, real time, and get real learning. We have shown results, and we have shown that students can make a difference. Now, talking and working with others in real time is exactly what we need to do. I would like to end with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream speech. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall here. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in the Declaration of Independence. So today I ask, no, I implore you to take out your pen, vote for our project, and grant us those unalienable rights to improve our society's education and make the world a better place. Only through talk are we able to learn about others. Talk is what that is made possible by technology. Vote for this international project, and you too can make a difference. Do you have any questions?
Great, thank you. I actually don't have any questions. You guys were very thorough. Anybody else? No?
Nope.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cunningham, and all the students. That was really great.
Have a nice day.
Y'all too.